Hey, good evening, guys. Welcome to the first inaugural Sandman and Pyle Show. I'm Pyle. This is Sandman, and we're going to get into Sandman today because this is brand new. You guys don't know who we are, and we want to make this a very special podcast because I've done. Sorry, didn't mean to swear. I've done 150 podcasts. This guy has done like two or three. And I am so excited tonight because it's like my first podcast. And I broke my cherry, God, 6 years ago. Um, I just love it. I love podcasting. And Henry over here, the Sandman, the Godfather, the guy who hazed me when I was a little boot, he taught us what we're supposed to be. Okay, he is my senior. He's a salt dog, and I love him to death. And he came up with this idea. Let's do a podcast. And I was like, yeah. So before we get to Henry, before we get to the Godfather, I'm going to tell you a little bit about me. Richard Aderfar, United States Marine Corps, 0331, 38 Indy Company, 2004 to 2008. So a lot of deployments, back to back to back, and Henry and I are going to probably talk about a lot of that stuff tonight, but I do want to, before we get to the interview, and that was a little thing about me. But Henry, hey, you can, you're my co-host, man. You can chime in anytime you want. But that's a little thing about me. I don't really like talking about myself that much. I like getting into our stories about other people. But I do want to give a shout out to Devil Dog Brew Coffee. They are our first sponsor. I am a rep for them, and I'm going to be talking about Devil Dog Brew till the cows come home. It's so good. It's out of Texas. Amazing coffee. These guys are awesome. I just had a phone call with these guys telling me about their business plan, and I'm going to be selling the shit out of Devil Dog Brew Coffee. Oh my God, so good. But without further ado, I want to introduce you to my friend, my co-host, the man. I call him Salt Dog. He calls me Boot, and he's already called me it 3 times today. Henry, the Sandman Mendoza. What's up, man?
Not much, brother. How you been, man? Good
I don't know,
here
but
with you, man.
I need to get a light for this thing because this coming in and out of focus is a little crazy. But dude,
you guys stay in one single spot like you
I
did
know.
in boot camp.
See, I gotta be in close like this.
That's
God,
it.
it's so annoying. Hey, yeah, okay, right here. So, dude, how you doing?
Good, man. Excited to start this new journey with you. I'm sure this is gonna probably be one of those things that hopefully a lot of fellow veterans and other veterans can go ahead and join in and listen to the various topics that we're going to be obviously holding here. I think for the most part, I think this will help people who are struggling nowadays with obviously any emotional distress.
Yeah.
This is the place that you come and vent with your other fellow, veterans. You don't have to be a Marine. You don't have to belong to 3A. You're a veteran. Just come and join.
Yeah,
Send us an
yeah.
invite. Just send an email. We'll be more than happy to have you in. Talk about anything you want. And I'm excited, man. It's been for me. It's been a long time overdue for this, and I'm glad that me and you were able to reconnect and come up with such a great idea to do something like this for not only for us but also for everybody else out there.
Yeah. And you've got a big thing coming up in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
2 weeks,
Yeah,
right?
2 weeks. Yeah.
Well, you know what?
We'll disclose that. That's classified information.
It's classified information.
Yeah, you can't disclose it just yet.
I'm not gonna say anything. But we probably, before that happens, whatever is happening, we need to probably sit down and go over some stuff. But dude, I cannot wait. I can't wait for that event. I can't wait. I'm so excited. So, please, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, like maybe 5 to 7 minutes. Give us a quick rundown of who the Godfather, Henry Sandman Mendoza. And by the way, Why Sandman? Because the name of this podcast is Enter Sandman. You. I did. I
Oh,
named it Enter Sandman.
yeah. I mean, I appreciate that, man. I mean, in all honesty, the call sign came like late. I would say late on my first deployment. I just picked it out. I mean, I just kind of liked it, and
It's a
obviously,
badass. It's a badass nickname. I'm
yeah.
sorry.
And I obviously, as a young Marine, I never got to use it. My actual time when I got to use it was when we were deployed in Iraq, in Fallujah, and that's when I made it somewhat official. And after that, it was just a matter of me, and my friends. No one ever calls me that, except for when I put my motorcycle jacket on, or I do things like that. But most of my guys called me that, through my Marine Corps career, whenever I had to use the call sign. But I didn't, it wasn't something that I
What, like
planned.
Echo Five's like Sierra? Is that what you said?
Yeah. So yeah, it was one of those things, it stuck with me, and now it just became mine. Now I somewhat own it, you could say.
Okay.
I go
So,
around, most of my stuff is customized to me with that name, things
hey,
like that.
you've got a badass bike. I don't know if you guys know this, but he has got a badass, tricked out Marine Corps like blues motorcycle. It is like amazing. It's
And
awesome.
it's going to be part of the show. So for everybody listening to this, you know, stick around. I mean, we're going to do great things here. We're going to show you a lot of things, and hopefully we can all enjoy it together. So yeah. But yeah, getting back,
Yeah.
a little bit about myself. I grew up in New York. Joined the Marine Corps in
Or
2001.
oh,
And I
such a
left.
boot.
Yeah, and I left, and see, I probably joined one of the most critical eras of the United States. With the war on terror, all that. Obviously, I didn't know. As a young kid in high school, you don't think about those things. All you think about is, what the recruiters said to you. Oh, we're going to pay for your college. We're going to do
Liar.
this. We're going to do that, right? And once you're in it, reality sets in, and you're like, oh man, that's like, this is not what I signed up for. But I joined the Marine Corps, went to boot camp, Paris Island, um, went to Camp Geiger for infantry school, and then right across the street to Camp Lejeune. Never left anywhere else. From that point, it was deployment after deployment. I ended up doing 4 deployment in 4 years. What literally I was with 4 different units throughout my career, but 2.2 and 3.8 were kind of like my home units. Or we were attached to a reserve unit for, I think it was 125, yeah,
Yeah.
out of Boston, I believe. Oh, Massachusetts, I think it
Boston,
was. They
Mass.
were
Yeah.
based from. We ended up deploying with them. That was my very first deployment. We deployed to Okinawa, Japan. So it was like a back
Didn't
to
get to
back.
go to that one.
Yeah. So it was a great experience. I mean, came out of that deployment as a lance corporal. And I literally,
With stacks. With
yeah,
stacks.
yeah, yeah, literally, yeah. So and then rejoined Camp Lejeune, joined 3.8, and 6 months later, I found myself in Haiti. I mean, literally, like
That
three
was
months,
Operation, what was it called? Operation
just cause.
Just Cause. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. It was literally 3 months later. Like literally, we went home for 2 weeks after Japan, came back, got, met all the platoons, blah, blah, blah. 3 months later, we were in Haiti, just doing our thing. And then came back from Haiti, went home for 30 days, came back, and we found ourselves in Iraq. So, yeah, it was literally a fast 4 years for me.
That was
But
that's a lot of deployments, man.
yeah, man. But it was a lot to do with the units, who we were attached to. From
Yeah.
Japan, people think, as a young Marine, you think that you're going to just party. Hey, yeah. Do we have to train and do the little things? Yes, we do. But most of the weekends it's just straight party. Everybody thinks, right? Not that. I mean, you're underage. You're 18, 19 years old. What? Yeah, you go to party in the barracks, because if you go out of town and you want to party, You can party, but you're gonna
On
have
the
to stay out.
catwalk.
Yeah, you're gonna have to stay out because the minute you come into base drunk, they'll hammer you for underage drinking.
Did you when you were in Japan, did you have to get like limo passes and shit or like weekend passes or whatnot?
Not back then.
Not back then.
We were automatically free on the weekends. So as long as we made it back on Monday for formation 0700,
Ugh.
you were good, man.
Wait,
So how many?
your formations were 0700?
Yeah, man.
Man.
Every single Monday, man.
Ugh.
Um, so I mean, it was a breeze until we got the call, which that was my first combat operation ever. So we got the call from there, and it was like it was a joint task force. It was the Army, Navy, Marines, and Air Force. Um, we were tracking down an Al Qaeda
So,
VIP
huh.
in the Philippines, in Mindanao,
Oh
and
yeah, I've heard of that. I mean, I've never been there, but I heard of the place.
yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah, that was fun, man. I mean, that was we trained with SEALs for 4 months. So my luck, right? I go to Japan for 6 months, and 4 out of the 6 months, my ass is inside a ship training with the Navy SEAls.
dude, that you can't get any better training
Yeah,
than with those
so
guys.
yeah, oh yeah, that was amazing, man. Close quarter combat drills, Zodiac drills. I mean, you name it, man. It was, I mean, the most amphibious training that you can possibly think of. We got, and I
That's
mean,
awesome,
think about it. We were 12 months into the Marine Corps. Who gets to do that, right? You're like, oh man, this is crazy. You're 18, 19 years old, and you're driving a Zodiac on the Pacific Ocean, launching out of a Navy ship.
dude.
And to the right and to the left of you are two big ass rig boats loaded with Navy SEALs, and you conducting combat operations, training operations with them.
And well, okay, I want to ask about those guys. Like, did you like talk to them like normal people? Like, we're like, hey, what's up, man? How you doing? Were they like really cool cut
Oh
or?
yeah, man. But that's what kind of like, in a way, because remember we go from boot camp to SOI, then Camp Lejeune, right? You go to yes, Lance Corporal, no Lance Corporal, right?
Yes, gunnery sergeant. Yes, gunner.
Yeah, and then you meet with these guys, and these guys are like, you know, like figures, like literally, like they are 6'4", 6'6", 250, just
Whoa.
stack. And
Yeah.
you look at these guys, and you're like, man, these guys are like video games, you know. And they're just, they don't get haircuts, they don't shave, you know, they barely wake up. They're in there just, on vacation until duty calls, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
All they do is go to the gym, eat, and sleep while they're on the ship. They got their own quarters. But when they do see you, hey man, how you doing? What's up? Hey, yeah, what's up? It's none of that like it's
It's
E6, I'm chief petty
chief
officer.
petty
Right?
officer.
Yeah, so that it's kind of like you learn, and you're like, oh man, I was like, I wish I could be SEAL. I wish I can be this and that, because most of what I've learned in my career was that a lot of these rogue units, um, they handle themselves that way. I mean, you look at it. Look at us in the Marine Corps, right? We have the scout sniper platoons, right?
Stay guys. Yeah.
When you have your line platoons who are constantly doing all kinds of dumb stuff, and then you look at
Shave
the
your
state,
face. What?
yeah,
Why? We're in
and then you
Iraq.
have,
Why do I have to shave my face?
and then
Seriously.
you go to the state platoon area, and those guys are laying in the sun with their black skivvies.
And they don't care. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's awesome.
So that's, I mean, you learn that, but training wise, those guys were the bomb, man.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, it was a great experience, and I came back once I came back to Lejeune. That's when reality sunk in, because to me it was like kind of hectic. It's like, oh man, I just got back from Japan. I did my first combat operation. We earned all these medals. We earned all these awards. I mean, I had already before I even joined 3-8, I already had a combat action ribbon, right? So,
Yeah. Oh
you
yeah,
know,
yeah, that's right.
but that did,
You have two
but
gold stars on that
yeah,
motherfucker. I mean, whoop.
but that still didn't take from the fact that I was still a Lance Corporal with, a year plus in the Marine
Yeah.
Corps. So, you have to deal with that, and like you get to your unit and the other Marines are like, you're a boot. You're one of those guys that does that.
Oh yeah. Oh dude, I had to. Yeah. I know exactly where I did when I got there to 3-8. I had to stand at parade rest for, oh my God, what was his name? Saunders. PFC Lance Corporal Saunders. Yep.
Yeah.
I got
Well,
there and
you got
I had to do parade rest for him, and then I got Scythe as a damn roommate. Sorry, guys, he and I, we've known each other for a long time. We 3-8 together. Um, yeah, so some of these names, if you're 3-8, you'll know these names. If not, we'll fill you in. Don't worry about that. But yeah, I did. I had to do crazy stuff for you guys getting back from Haiti. Crazy stuff.
well, I mean, at that point we were the senior group, so
You guys were the Salt Dogs. We had to listen to you.
and then obviously once we went to Iraq, to me Iraq was more of the real deal at that point. You know what I mean? It was, we all knew where we were going, what we were getting into. I just never thought it was going to be the way it was. So it was an eye opener for me for sure.
When
Not
you
so
were,
much on
oh,
not so
sorry.
much on the green side. I
Right.
kind of would expected some of the stuff since I already seen it. You know, obviously, but for the other Marines, yeah, it was one of those experiences that like really shakes you in the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
but I
you,
mean,
oh,
other
sorry.
than that, I mean, like I said, I can't complain, man. I know in my case, my 4 years flew by me so quickly.
I know. Me too.
I didn't realize all of my accomplishments until after I got out.
Me too.
That's the sad part, man.
Yep.
Like
It's very sad.
while you in it, you just don't think about it until you actually get out and you're like, holy cow, man. I did all that in 3.5 years.
Dude, I wake
'Cause you,
up every morning and I'm like, did I serve in the Marine Corps? Like I'm 47 years old,
yeah.
and it's like karma, like our deployment together. It's fading fast. Like I remember some things, Ramadi is, yeah, I'm remembering some things. Like 22nd Mute, no problem. But like our first deployment together, I'm having like a hard time. Like when I talk to someone like you and you bring something up, I'm like, oh yeah, we did do that. But like
Yeah.
I wake up in the morning and I'm like I have to look down at my chest and I'm like, oh yeah, I am a Marine. I did that. And
Yeah.
sometimes I'm
It's
like,
crazy, man. But
it's crazy.
but no, I mean that's pretty much a summary of what I've done. I know we're going to get into it a little bit more, but to
Yeah.
summarize everything that I've done, that's probably the best I can do. If not, we'll be here for hours.
No. That was
So
perfect.
yeah,
I do want to talk a little bit about our deployment to Fallujah. Now, you after Japan, you were transferred PCS, I guess. Is that what it's called? PCS, permanent change of station. So you PCS to 3-8, and then you went to Haiti,
correct.
and then Haiti, um, you were with 3-8,
Actually, no,
and then
yeah. Well, no, I PCS back to 2-2,
okay,
my original unit, 2-2 Fox Company. I PCS to 2-2 from Japan, and I was there for 2 months. And then out of nowhere, I ended up PCSing two
to
three
3-8.
eight, and then that was it for me. That was my. I knew that was going to be my home now.
When did you get there to 3-8? Like, what was the exact date? Do you remember?
I can't remember the exact date, but it was definitely a weekday, obviously. But the year it was 2004. I think it was January maybe somewhere around there. January 2004.
Jesus, I wasn't even. Dude, I didn't get to boot camp till June of 2004.
Yeah.
You'd already served. You got a combat action ribbon, and
Yeah.
I was like pulling my crank in Naples, Florida, getting ready to join the Marine Corps, which is not going to be until 6 months when you got to 3.8. 6 months later, I'd be going off to Paris Island.
Yeah. So that's when I mean, the 3A India company, I was like, okay, whatever. So I went there, and I'm in my head, I'm thinking, well, I already got a deployment under my belt. I'd already seen some shit. But no, I was sadly mistaken, and it was like you boot, 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 boot. And I'm
Were
like,
they
how are we
animals?
boots? Yeah, like how are we boots? I mean, it's not my fault that you guys are 3 year, 3.5 year lance corporals. I mean, that's on you guys. That's on you guys.
Ooh.
And it's not my fault. You never been anywhere. You know,
I hope you did not say that to Kenny O'Pry.
I did. It's funny.
Kenny, we're just kidding. If you're watching this, we're just
Funny.
kidding, Kenny.
That was one of my biggest Achilles heel. I was always kind of like that rogue agent. Like I hated the whole yes lens corporal, no lens corporal. Like,
Ugh.
why am I
Yeah,
doing
that
that?
that did get tiresome after a while.
Like, why am
Yes.
I doing that?
Hi,
I'm a
Lance
lens
Corporal.
corporal. I'm a lens corporal. In the Marine Corps, it's crazy because as the years went by, I've learned that the Marine Corps is the only branch in the military that you get to make up your own ranks.
Good point.
Senior lance corporal. Okay. But I'm a lance corporal. No, I'm a senior
No,
lance
I'm a
corporal.
senior Lance
Yeah,
Corporal.
yeah. Like, what is that? Like, it's like, okay, you're senior. Why? Because you went to boot camp 3 months before I did? Yes, I'm senior. I'm like, okay. So that kind of that was a phase that to me it was very challenging. I got in trouble a lot. Thank
In
God
three
I never
with
got
3.8
demoted. Yeah. Thank God I never got demoted. You
NJP.
know, yeah, no NJP.
None.
No. To me, I do have to say those guys kind of handle everything internally, so kind of worked out. I was always in this shit box. I was always in the working parties. I was always doing extracurricular stuff because of that. Because I wouldn't take. I'm like, I just stated the facts, dude.
Yeah.
I'm a lance corporal just like you, and I've already got one deployment under my belt. I got combat experience under my belt. How is it that I lance corporal you, another lance corporal? And that used to get me in so much trouble, man. But yeah, it is what it is. You live and you learn, and you just keep going. But
Yeah.
yeah, when I got assigned to 3.8, to me, that was one of those things that I'm like, is this going to be it, or am I going to go to the West Coast now? Luckily for me, it was there, and I got to say, man, the leadership group I had, off the chain, man. Those guys were top notch, man. Corporal
Did you go?
Grady, Corporal
Oh, Corporal.
Moorhan,
Yeah, Corporal
yeah,
Grady. Holy
yeah, Lance
shit.
Corporal, Lance Corporal Moorhead, I think, yeah, Lance Corporal
Yeah,
Moorhead.
Moorhead.
Yeah, those guys, man, by far. He was my team leader. I
What
remember.
uh, what
Well,
platoon?
PFC. He was a P. He been demoted a bunch of times.
What platoon
I
were
gotta
you?
tell you, man, that guy, badass Marine, man.
Yeah.
Smart as you can be. Corporal Grady, same thing, man. I mean, those
From
guys were the
Florida.
true.
I
Those
love
guys
that
were
guy.
the.
Corporal.
Those
I
guys were the
love Corporal
true.
Grady.
Those guys were the true leaders of third platoon.
Yeah.
Everybody else was just there, kind of just, oh yeah, I'm a senior lance corporal. I'm like, dude, you're like irrelevant at this point.
Yeah, probably second
You know?
platoon guys, those salty guys. They probably
Yeah.
said that a lot.
And the first platoon guys were the worst. Those senior first platoon guys. Oh my god, dude, those guys were the worst. Like I'm like I literally back then I used to laugh at the stuff they used to say or do. Like and now that as I grew in the Marine Corps, I'm like, dude, none of these guys will ever touch anything I did. I was like, they were bound to get out of the Marine Corps, and they didn't have anything to
Show
to
for it.
to show for it,
Yeah.
you know, other than humps and whatever. But it is what it is. It's not their fault, right? I always had a thing against people who try to play the old Marine Corps way. The Marine Corps is what we make it to be. You don't need to be hazed um, in a physical manner or verbal manner in order to become a good Marine. And I'm proof of that.
That
You
is
know,
true.
I had a great leadership in my entire career, going from, like I just told you, Corporal Grady, PFC Moorhead, um, Sergeant Sergeant Law in SOI, then Sergeant what was his name? God, no, my platoon sergeant, okay, Greenlaw.
Oh my, you had. I heard stories about him. You had
Yeah,
him.
but yeah, he was
Ooh,
my platoon sergeant when I got in, when I went to 3A. Um,
Jesus.
Obviously, as the years went by, he became gunnery sergeant Greenlaw.
Yeah,
Man, the dude's a legend in the Marine Corps. I got to tell you, there's no more in my time another Marine that will give the most motivational speeches than him. I mean, that guy was just in another level, man. The level of expertise, the level of knowledge, the level of leadership, that dude molded me to be the Marine that I became. Like that to me, it was like game changing. Like imagine having all the stuff that I've learned with the SEALs, with the senior Marines over at 125,
yeah.
the things that I experienced myself in Okinawa, and bringing all that and then applying it along with leadership like those guys that we mentioned
It's a
here.
great combination.
Like dude, it was insane. Like
Yeah.
I was just taking it all in, man.
And you were
So
and from what I remember, you were a good Marine. I always remembered you as a good Marine. I looked up to you. I mean, I was in second platoon and headquarters because I did stupid shit. You remember me drinking in
yeah.
Iraq in 2005, getting
Yeah.
NJP'd battalion level. Thank you, Colonel Neary, for that one.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. But yeah, I mean, that first deployment, I was a big screw up. I was. It was, but you guys, your leadership, second platoon's leadership, Goose, um, Captain Liston, those guys, they
That's my
eventually,
man.
Captain Liston, dude, I remember I was on Radio Watch with him in '05 in Karma, and while I'm on Radio Watch, like I'm doing how many packs, how many Vicks, how many this, ah ah ah, and he's in there and he's he's asking me questions like machine gun questions, like what's the you know what's the makeup of a 240 Gulf? What's the farthest distance for a Mark 19? And I'm like, I'm on Radio Watch right now. Why are you asking me about machine guns?
That was his thing,
That
bro.
was his thing. He loved it.
Like
He
dude,
loved it.
we used to call it that. Dude, I'm telling you, that to me, in my mind, I will always be grateful for Gunny Ball, Captain Liston, Gunny Lambert, Corporal Gray, Corporal Grady, PFC Moorhead. I'm telling you, man, those are people that stick up in my memories
Yeah.
because they did something to make me who I became in the Marine Corps. You know, Staff Sergeant Greenlaw. It's one of those things that you don't forget because they make that impact on your persona. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So basically, I mean, what you're telling me is that the Marine Corps did some very, very good stuff for you.
Oh, dude. I mean, my life without the Marine Corps would not be the life that I have now.
Well, I got a question
Uh,
for you,
uh,
Henry.
yeah.
How did this experience, with the SEALs, with 3/8, with all your four deployments, your combat experience, how does that experience that you had, that you are sharing with us tonight, how did that influence your perspective on life today? And how do you deal with adversity today because of what you experienced in the past?
I mean, in all honesty, it's a tough question to solely base it on the Marine Corps did this for me because at the end of the day, we all men, and we all, even before we joined the Marine Corps, we got to have a certain level of I would say, values, right? That your parents instilled in you as you're growing up, right? If unfortunately for some of us nowadays, if you don't have values in your home, that's just exactly who you'll be. It doesn't matter if you're going to be a Marine, a Navy SEAL, or not.
Yeah.
You know, at that point, it becomes an entity, right? I belong to the entity of the Marine Corps. That's it. But I'm still going to be the hell racer that I was six
Yeah.
months ago. So values, I always had them. My father and my mother were always kind of those type of parents to me. The Marine Corps kind of just made those values go on steroids.
Yeah.
So, did everything, all the experience that I had in the Marine Corps impacted me in a negative way and in a positive way. So, in the positive way is obviously the discipline that we get from day one, right? We don't quit. We determine. We do what we need to do, and
Integrity. Integrity.
yeah, and most of us, I'm not going to say all of us, but most of us, mentality that if you're going to do something, you're going to do it 100% of your abilities, or you're not doing it at all, right? So, in that perspective, the Marine Corps just made me that. It made me that type of person, and it gave me that confidence. I used to be a very shy kid going through high school, didn't speak out much, hated public speaking, never stood up for myself, kind of just go with the punch type of kid, like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not going to say nothing because I'm embarrassed,
Yeah.
The Marine Corps gave me that edge, to be who I am.
Yeah.
And I started noticing that as the time went on, you pick up rank, you pick up more leadership, you become this, you become that. And that is something I probably would have never had if I wouldn't have the discipline and the upbringing of the Marine Corps.
Dude, perfect answer. I mean, we're talking to you. I mean, before we talked, before we even started talking, a long time ago, you called me out of the blue about this event that's going to be happening in a couple weeks,
Yeah.
and we just, I mean, it's like no time it passed, and that's another thing that the Marine Corps gives us too, is this camaraderie, this foundation. It's like we can go 17 years without talking to each other, and we'll pick up the phone and I'm like, hey, Mendoza, what's up, dude?
Yeah,
I mean,
for
I still
sure.
do it today. I talked to 3A guys. I haven't talked to them since forever. I can't even remember the last time I talked to them, 12, 13, 14 years ago. I'm like, hey, what's up, man? How you doing? I mean, it's like, and no time has passed whatsoever. It's amazing that
But
the Marine
it's
Corps,
because of everything. It's like it's that bond. It's really,
it's that bond. Yeah.
yeah. I mean,
And
just to know that you felt what I felt at a particular time, at a particular year, who else you gonna have that bond with? I
exactly.
mean, nobody.
Nobody.
It
I
doesn't
mean,
matter how much. It doesn't matter how much we love our wives, our kids, our parents. We can only tell them,
yeah.
but they don't feel.
Mm-mm.
You know,
Not
we
not unless you've been to the left or the right of you.
right. So I think that that's why one of the reasons why, like you said, we can not see each other for 20 years, and the one time we see each other, it's almost like we've been talking on the phone every day, every weekend.
Dude, I would go up and I would give you a hug. I mean,
Yeah, man. I mean,
I mean,
that's how I am. I gotta be honest with you. When I see another Marine, even if I don't share anything with them, it just fills me with joy. I
me too.
used to have that feeling, yeah,
Yeah.
but nowadays, where I live, unfortunately, you don't see that much military movement, so it's kind of
Yeah.
hard to see, you know, things like that.
No, I get it. Where are you living now?
So I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Oh yeah, that's
So
right.
yeah, yeah.
Sorry. Our viewers had to know where you're hailing from. So yes,
Yeah, I liked it.
he's in North Kakalaki,
Yeah,
everybody.
I liked it so much that I decided to stay.
But you're away. You're away from the bad place.
Well, yeah, I mean it is. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
Do you get to go? I mean, you're like what 3.5 hours
Three and a
from.
half hours to Camp Lejeune.
Do
Yeah.
you get to go to Lejeune or Wilmington or our old stomping grounds like the Ice Box?
Well, so I haven't been back on base in a long time. I think the
We need to
last time I
go.
went, yeah, I
We
think
need to go.
the last time I visited Camp Lejeune, I think it was 2016, maybe. Yeah. So it's been a while for me.
Oh, dude, we need to go.
Yeah,
We
we
need to
need
go
to go. I
back.
need to. Yeah.
Dude, it would blow your mind. Like, the old 3-8, like ABC Street where we were?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Then they moved. Then they don't exist anymore because General Berger decided in his glory, thank you, David, by the way, to get rid of 3-8 in 2021. Like our colors folded.
Yeah,
I
no.
was at,
I heard about that.
I was there, and Sergeant Major Fields was there. Bart Skiba was there. There were like maybe like 5 guys that we know saw our colors get folded and put into that little casing. It was so sad. I cried like a baby. I did.
Yeah, I
We're
saw that. I saw
warriors.
that
We do
on
not
social
belong in a
media. I was
cage.
like,
We
wow.
belong out and fighting. That's where we
Yeah,
belong.
yeah, but yeah, it's been a while since I've been there. But yeah,
I know we'll have to make a trip back. Because I mean I think I'm like 5 hours from you. I'm in Tennessee. Yeah, I think I'm about
yeah,
5 hours from you. No
yeah,
problem.
about
Easy.
5, 6 hours. Yeah.
I'll pick you up. We'll go down to the Driftwood or Platinum, as it's called now.
Platinum, yeah.
Platinum. It's for high rollers now, boys. High rollers.
That ain't nothing. That's a different topic for a podcast.
Well, you know what? Notice. Well, this is not. I don't know if you want to do this for a topic because we got like maybe 20, 25 minutes left. But we talked about your service. We've talked about what happened and what you took from the Marine Corps. But I want to talk about your tattoos, man. What do you think about
Well,
tattoos? You don't want to talk about tattoos?
I mean, dude, tattoos to me are a form of your life story.
I
You
got
know?
this in the triangle, baby.
Yeah.
Like I got this at the freaking triangle.
Yeah. Nah. I got all my tattoos done after I left the Marine Corps.
Did
I
you
didn't
have
get.
the?
I didn't have any tattoos when I joined the Marine Corps.
Did Third Platoon make you get that tiger
Yes.
claw? You do have that one?
Yeah. Yeah.
Where's it at?
It's in my rib cage.
Uh, oh yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I
Sorry.
got it. I got
Third
it wrapped
Platoon. I
around.
love you
I got
guys.
a.
Gio, Perez, Thompson. You guys are
I got
great.
it.
Well,
I got it wrapped around Gunny Bowles dog tag. So mine's a little different.
okay.
The entire platoon just went ahead and did the third, which was our logo.
Yeah.
But I kind of spiced it up a little bit
No, I like it. No,
and
it's
put
good.
Gunny Bowles dog tags around it.
And maybe actually, you know what? Instead of, I know you love tattoos. I do too. But we should probably talk about something actually serious. What to talk about? You know what? Hold on. I had some topics that we could talk about, and I think an important topic that we've probably touched on a little bit tonight. The lessons that we have learned, in any service, not only Marine Corps, but Space Force, Coast Guard, Army, Navy, all those guys. The lessons that what are the lessons? I mean, I want to get your perspective. What are the lessons that we take home with us that make us viable in the real world after we get out of service? Like, what are the lessons that we take from what we learned for the 4 years, 6 years, 20 years, whatever? What are some lessons that Sandman Mendoza took away that you can actually you can give to some of our listeners, like, and remind them what lessons we did learn and what they have to offer the civilian world?
Well, for me, that's actually a touchy subject because
Okay.
as far as lessons go, no one we just get thrown to the wolves. Most of us, if not all of us, are so excited to get out of the Marine Corps after 4 years, and people don't understand that our 4 years were not every Marine's ordinary 4 years. We literally did nothing but see combat and hazing and combat training and everything the opposite of what the recruiter and everyone else told us that we were going to experience, right?
You lied to me, Staff
So
Sergeant. You lied
yeah,
to me.
so for me, I'm gonna use myself as an
Yeah,
example.
please do.
Um, Life after the Marine Corps and what lessons would I give another Marines nowadays? If we were in the same, I'm gonna retract the time, take back the time to my era. So I'm gonna speak to you between 2006 and 2014. We didn't know what PTSD was. Me myself included, I had no idea.
Me too.
To me it was more like I'm gonna get out of the Marine Corps, do my thing. I'm a Marine. I'm untouchable. Everybody's gonna hire me. I'm gonna get a job. I'm gonna use my GI Bill, go to school, blah blah blah. Right. So you get out and you're so excited that you're out. Supposedly, right? You're jumping on one leg. I'm free. I'm this. I'm that. But the harsh reality is that we have nothing. Like I literally went back to live with my parents.
So did I.
Like I'm like
So did I.
I'm a 24 year old man living with my parents.
I was 30.
You were 30.
Yes,
Well,
sir.
like I said, but that doesn't sink in, right? So
No.
you just go on day by day. I'm gonna take a I'm gonna take a couple of weeks off before I start job hunting, right? Then those few weeks turn into I'm gonna take 2 months. And then those 2 months turn into 6 months, and then 6 months turn to a year. But why is that? That to me was one of the biggest lessons that I've learned. And in my case, 6 months, a year turn into mayhem because you don't know.
You
All
don't
you
know.
were doing, you think I was living the life that I was living in the Marine Corps 3 months before getting out, and I thought it was okay. I thought it was okay to, drink until 6 in the morning and party Thursday through Sunday, and without having to worry. Oh yeah, I got a little bit of money saved up, in my Navy Federal Credit Union account. You don't know that
Navy
all that
Federal
stuff that
Credit Union.
yeah, all that stuff that you doing in that time span, it's affecting your ability to make decisions. And who in their right mind ever told us that we were potentially gonna suffer from PTSD? Nobody. I didn't even
Nobody.
know.
Nope.
To me, it was more like, man, that's shit's for weak people, man. That you're not a Marine, man. You come here crying, then you have PTSD, dude. You're not a Marine, man. That's for girls. You're a weak individual, So when reality faces you, it's too late because
Oh,
we
yeah.
were never coached through that. So how was that a lesson for me through my process of PTSD? And I learned that I was suffering from that. And this will be another topic that we'll
Yeah.
discuss in our podcast later, but I'm gonna give you a brief um, summary of it. Once you learn what actually happens to that one individual, in this case me, and you finally take that in and you say, well, I'm effed up. I need help. I need to talk to a psychiatrist. I need to enroll in all these programs. You learn so much that you're just like, wow, I can't believe if I would have done this 4 years ago, I probably would have saved myself a lot of headaches. But I chose not to because I was this big macho man that it was too much of a man to admit that, hey man, something's wrong with me and I need help. So when you go through that and you don't want to face reality, the biggest lessons is don't. The minute you feel that, raise your hand, call somebody. Nowadays, there's so many
So yeah,
ways for you to get help that me and you didn't have.
we didn't have that in 2008, 2007. I mean,
I mean,
2006. We were in Ramadi. You were getting out.
yeah,
I have to ask, how was your Seps and Taps? Because mine was a joke. I don't know how
it
yours
was a
was.
meeting. I mean, I went to a meeting. They told us, fill out this paperwork. Here's your folder. Take it to admin.
See
Pick
you.
it up. Pick it up
Bye.
in 30 days. That's exactly what I did.
That's it.
I,
That's it.
yeah, I went back to my unit, party for 30 days, and then the day of my ES, I went to admin, picked up that piece of paper, and I was out of the Marine Corps.
Now
Turn in my ID, and that's it.
you turned in your ID too. Like
Yeah,
I, I, I was at the front desk before the gate. Here's my ID. A lot of people they keep their IDs and just go. We turned ours in like we're
yeah. I
supposed
mean,
to.
I didn't have any. I mean, it expired the same
Yeah,
month, so
but, but yeah,
it's different eras. I mean,
I know.
now
Yeah,
everything. I mean, our licenses now say that we're veterans. Back then, we had to show that we were veterans. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, the biggest lesson to me that I will give a lesson and an advice to another veteran now will be that one. If you ever in that position, don't ever think you're weak. You'll be a weak individual if you don't raise your hand and ask for help. That's the way I feel now.
that's
And it took
trademark.
me, and
Trademark
it,
Mendoza right there.
and it took me years to get that in my head.
11 years for this stubborn asshole.
Yeah,
Sorry, excuse
it,
me. Sorry, guys.
it's tough, man. But that'll be to me that will be one of the biggest lessons that I would tell somebody that
No,
you have to learn how to say, "I need help." And there's many ways. I mean, even this is a form of help.
this
You
is
know,
definitely a form of help. You guys,
you know.
if you're hearing this, we need you guys to come on our show, and we're both going to interview you. And you feel better. Like right now, I feel great because I'm talking to my boy, and he's telling me stuff, and it's a way of
It's
getting
just
past
venting, man. Like
exactly.
we don't get to talk like this with our loved ones. We don't get to share it because they don't understand. They get excited. I mean, like for them it's an excitement. For us it's more like a sorrow. Like if a lot of my family in the beginning was like, "Oh man, so how was it? What did you do?" How do you even talk to them about, you know, going on patrol at 3 in the morning in one
Yeah.
of the most dangerous city in
It,
Iraq
yep.
without remembering all the bad stuff that happened? And what does that do to you?
Yeah.
It brings you to that dark place that if you work so hard to not be
To
on,
not be
right?
there. Yeah.
Right. And it's like, oh, dude. And it's so crazy because you have to tell them, like, you know, I don't want to talk about it.
No, no,
And
no. I get it. I get it.
some of them are like, okay, he's like crazy. I'm like,
No,
but that's
I
how it is.
I did that with one of my fraternity brothers because I went to college before I joined enlisted in the Marine Corps. And one of my guys, I'm talking to one of my fraternity brothers a couple of days ago. I'm not going to give you his name, but he was asking me. He's like, well, how do you do that? I'm like, dude, this is the Marine Corps. We had to do buddy pairs. We are never alone. We always had to like go to the bathroom, go to the head, to go to the porta potty in Iraq. We had to go with a buddy. Okay, we couldn't go by ourselves. And I'm like, dude, it's like jail. Like it's not like jail. Well, yeah, sort of. It's like jail. You
Well, I
eat
mean, it's something you don't do every day, or you don't do
exactly,
it anywhere else. You're in a combat zone. You don't know what you're gonna get, right? So
exactly.
people don't can't relate to that
They can't relate to it. Yeah.
unless you like you tell me. You remember when we were, at OP2 and
Yes,
we
I
had to
do.
use the buddy system to.
Yes, I do.
Well, yeah,
But
like
they're not gonna
that's.
get it. Yeah.
But they're probably gonna be like, so he used to wait till you take a dump. Yeah, that's how it was. I
And
mean,
I used to lose 10 pounds
yeah,
every single time because it's
yeah.
like 140 degrees in those porta potties in the
And
middle of
nobody
summer.
understands that. So you went to the bathroom with flak and Cavalier? Yes. Yeah.
and your rifle is
and your
right there.
rifle. Yeah, like how do you do that? And then you start talking, and you're like, oh, because they don't get it, right? And that brings you sadly, as bad as it sounds, that takes you straight to that dark
It
place that
does.
you just came out of 2 months ago, and it's like,
But
oh man.
getting this help, I mean, we get better. Like I've gotten better at trying to explain this stuff to people. I used to get really, really frustrated, but now they can take it or they can leave it. I mean, it's not my. I'm not supposed to push my agenda onto anyone. And if they take it, that's great. But I mean, you said it yourself. They're not going to get it. They'll try to understand, but
Right.
they've never been in our shoes. They don't know what they don't know. So
And there's no blame for that, right?
no,
But
not at all, not at all.
they don't mean any harm by
Right?
asking.
No, I get
They're
it. Yeah,
just curious, like anybody else would, right? But it's that's the part that I'm like, sometimes I struggle with, even to this day. But I try not to zero in so much into that, because for me it's a touchy subject.
yeah,
I lost a lot of people that I wouldn't say lost them. Like, I lost a few friends, obviously, but I've lost more camaraderie because of that reason, because I was so self-centered, closed up, blocked off, didn't want to talk to nobody,
yeah.
and all I was doing was just pushing people away. And that's not the what needs to happen, and but we don't know that until we actually seek the help, and some of us make it out of the hole, and some of us don't.
You and I have so much. I mean, I had the same thing. I mean, I lost a lot of friends because I was a narcissist. I was a jerk. I was selfish, only thinking of myself. And then I got help. I did. I think I was in this house in Sewanee, Tennessee, on my knees, like praying. What do you want from me? And I was talking to the big man upstairs. What do you want from me? And I started to go get help. You know,
Yeah.
but
I, it's one of those things that you have to have as a support. And I'm so thankful that as the years went by, the the government and everyone else has developed all these programs for the different veterans, that now we can actually have the help and people understand what
yeah,
we go through. You know what I mean? So that's a good thing for me. That's pavement alone there. That will be one of the biggest advice I will give some a fellow
yeah.
veteran. It doesn't matter, Marine, Army, Navy, Air Force, but that will be something that I definitely 100% will give them.
I know. No, I get it, man. I do. We have probably about it's 54 minutes. This is a pretty good podcast. Some good topics talked about.
Yeah.
Which thank you, Sandman. Yeah, you're still a good sergeant. You're still a good NCO, man. Do you have any saved rounds for our listeners at home?
Well, look, we're excited to embark in this new um, podcast.
Hold on, hold on, hold on. I got a sound for that.
Yeah, it's gonna be exciting. I definitely, for me, it's one of those things that hopefully we get to talk to a lot of veterans, share similar
Yeah,
stories. We can talk to them, and guys, if you're listening, please come, and this will be the platform. It's going to be yours. Come talk to us. Trust me when I tell you, the best therapy that you can have is literally talking to another fellow veteran. Just talk about it, vent, and we're here for you. This is all for you guys.
this is all for you.
We want to make sure that you guys are taken care of, and we can talk about anything you want. This is not. We created this podcast so that we can talk about memories, whether they were during your time of service, after your time of service, or even what you're doing now. Success stories are what make this country great. So that's what I mean, that's what we're here for. So what a pleasure it will be to hear your life story from when you were a service member to where you are now and it's in the peak of your success.
We want to
So
hear it.
yeah, join us and let's move forward. We're excited.
Thank you. And before we end this session, hey, Sandman, thank you so much. Thank you for coming up with this idea because dude, I feel like $1,000,000 right now talking to you. I really do. I feel so much. I feel so much better.
Same here, brother. Same here.
But remember, Devil Dog Brew. It's on Facebook. It's on Instagram. They're out of Texas. They're amazing. And I want to point out the hat I'm wearing tonight. Boston Skelly Company. They make a lot, $52. They come in a lot of sizes. This right here is the Declaration. And I just found this out. My 8th great grandfather is Benjamin Harrison V, signer of the Declaration of Independence on my mom's side. And I've been doing a whole lot of genealogy with that. So this is a Declaration, and I wear this just for him. And I wear this for America, for the Marine Corps, for all the services. And we want to really hear all your stories. We love you guys. All right. Take care. All right.
Take care, brother.
Bye.